Hey everybody, you know who this is. It's Derek again with Riley AutoWorks. Hopefully you've been watching my videos and should know by now who this is. Um, yeah. Today's video is brought to you by the people who are walking down the sidewalk because it's a decent Monday evening and who probably think I'm crazy for taking a video because they can probably hear me. It's a pretty quiet neighborhood. Um, I think that's our only sponsor for this video today because that's kind of a big sponsor, and I also can't think of anything else currently. But today's video, we're actually going to be installing, well, point the right direction, that helps. That guy right there. I keep messing this up. It's just bear with me. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm doing it again. It's all in reverse. This spoiler, which may look like it's installed on the car, but it is actually not installed on the car currently. I just ordered it from eBay. We'll get to the actual manufacturer in just a minute, but I ordered it from eBay. It was like, I think like $38, like $42 after tax. Not a huge deal at all. So really decent price. I ordered it Wednesday or Thursday, and it came in super fast. I got it already. I wasn't actually expecting to get it today. I was expecting another package today, which you will actually see later on in this video, because the other half of this video is going to be a little unboxing of some cool new parts that I got to continue with the 2020 style headlights and header panel build. So stay tuned for that. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, hopefully my incredibly janky setup actually holds for the duration of the video. But anyways, this is a little upgrade from JR2 Racing. See that? I actually, so I'm recording this video like all backwards. In my unboxing portion of the video, I stated that I am pretty sure that this is backwards when you guys see it. But then I went and reviewed the video and it's actually not. But that's kind of funny, so I decided to just keep it. So anyways, JR2 Racing. Look at that. Anyways, this idea was given to me by East Coast Mercury Marauder on Instagram. Cool guy. Actually, I think he might have started this little trend. I don't actually know who started it. All I know is it's a cool trend. I'm hoping it catches on. Matt Modded Machines also kind of gave me the idea for this. He's got one on his car. It's pretty cool. I'm going to give a little disclaimer. My roof is getting repainted probably sometime next month. The guy that did it originally kind of made some mistakes, and it's not the best quality paint. I've been living with it for a year now, and now it's finally going to get fixed after the whole header panel's built and everything. Everything's a little bit delayed on that. It was all supposed to be done this month, but things happen. So anyways, I'm not entirely concerned about what happens to the paint on the roof of this car. I ended up having to, and unfortunately and very tragically, I ended up having to use it as a pilot car for oversized loads back in October and November. So I had like a sign rack on the roof and everything, and it left some scratches and whatnot. But I was like, well, it's going to get repainted at some point anyways, so who cares? In fact, the whole car I use, here we go. This Mother's CMX ceramic coating. It's not the strongest stuff in the world. It's not super permanent like the expensive stuff is, but it does work. It keeps the keeps the paint fairly well protected. You just have to recharge it occasionally, at least from what I've found. But anyways, I'm so unconcerned about the roof that I don't even bother to put this stuff on the roof, just the rest of the car. Plus, I don't want to make it difficult for the guy that's going to be repainting the roof. He's got to take all the ceramic off. No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to make things more difficult for the people who are trying to help us out. Am I right? So anyways, the car is kind of dusty right now, which I'm sure you can see. I drove it down to Turlock yesterday, and there's a lot of dust in Turlock. If you're from Turlock, which I don't think any of my viewers are, or if you're even familiar with the area, it's in the Central Valley, California, amongst all the farming. I actually grew up there in a small town near Turlock, so it's very dusty all the time, and it's been kind of windy over the weekend. But anyways, I usually wash the car on the weekend, and I was gone all day yesterday in Turlock visiting my dad for Father's Day, and the car got dusty, and I was like, well, it's just gonna get dusty again. And in fact, she's gonna be staying in the garage all week because I have a car show this coming weekend. So I was like, well, I'll just clean it all this week. But what you are going to need to do is you're going to make sure that whatever surface you're putting it on. Let me rewind a little bit. Actually, I'm getting a little off track. So the spoiler, as you can see, is currently on the roof. It's warmed up a little bit, which is great. It's do not be surprised, it is flimsy. I was expecting it to be one solid piece. I mean, it's solid, it's just rubbery. Woo! It's held on by 3M tape, which shouldn't be too surprising. A lot of automotive accessories these days are held on by 3M tape. I know some people are a little leery on that. It works just fine. I had a 98 Mustang that I put the little quarter window side scoops on, and they held on great. I did later actually find the car in a wrecking yard missing just one scoop, long after I sold it. I don't know if it was ripped off or if it fell off, but that was like probably a year and a half after I put the things on, and I didn't even do a good job because that car was junk. But I put side scoops on anyways. So anyways, you're going to want to clean your surface. Make sure whatever surface that you're putting it on is clean. A lot of guys are putting it on the back window, but after doing a little bit of test fitting earlier, I decided that it actually kind of fits better on the roof. At least for my personal taste, I think it fits better on the roof. My whole issue and the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm doing this whole 2020 style thing on the car. And in case you haven't noticed, this car is very round. I mean, granted, parts of it are quite square, but this thing was redesigned in, 1997? And, boy, for the 98 model year? I always get that wrong because I mix it up with Mustangs. But anywho, so it's still 90s round. They never updated the thing. But most of what I'm doing is squaring off the car quite a bit. And this portion, as you can see, is quite round. So I was like, well, let me slap this bad boy on there and kind of square it off a little bit, make it look a little more modern. But anyways, yeah, after test fitting it, I realized that it fits better on the windshield and not fits better on the roof and not the back window. So what I'll be doing to clean it up, I can't show you the brand because I don't want any sort of copywriting issues. I'm still learning the whole YouTube thing, and I don't want to potentially run into any issues with copyright or what have you. But I'm just using glass cleaner. I had some detailing friends who said it's fine years back. I say years back. I'm not that old. How old do you guys think I am? Seriously? Anyways, a couple years ago I had detailing friends who said glass cleaner is actually perfectly safe for paint, and the reason behind using the glass cleaner is because it will remove any sort of residue and buildup and what have you without stripping the wax off your car as badly as dish soap does. You don't want to use dish soap or rubbing alcohol on your paint. That's bad. Glass cleaner is not as harsh. It'll still get that stuff off, but not as harsh. And it doesn't, most of the stuff doesn't leave any sort of residue. Don't use Windex on your car, especially your paint. You shouldn't be using Windex on your windows either. It's not really the best for it. Use an actual professional, maybe not professional, but use an automotive glass cleaner, not just Windex. I guess it really doesn't matter, but it matters to me. I have a nice car. So anyways, that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to clean that little area off real quick. I'm going to need to use some masking tape. I did kind of browse these instructions really quick, but we're not going to use them because, well, that's what I'm here for. I'm showing you guys what I'm doing. So you don't really need these instructions. I've put stuff on cars before. It's not a big deal. And because I'm a little still, even though my car is lower 2 inches, I'm still a little too short to comfortably reach everything. I'm not going to reveal my height. I know you guys want it. I'm not doing it. So I got my handy dandy step ladder. Don't look at my butt. I'm just going to turn this side a little bit so y'all don't look at my butt. Okay, so now that that's clean, granted it's not perfect, there's always going to be little tiny dust particles here and there, but as my aunt, I think it was my aunt who used to say, a little bit of dirt don't hurt. So, let's just slap it on. There's really no need for, with the way I'm doing it, there's really not crazy need for measurements. The edges pretty well line up. I'm not gonna take the phone off the stand because it's just gonna cause a big mess. So I'm gonna, because it's a makeshift stand. So I'm actually going to just show you guys the gapping at the end, so you can see. But it actually lines up pretty well with the line of the roof right here. The edges of it do. So it's, I mean, you can pretty much eyeball it, call it good. If you're a perfectionist, granted, I am a perfectionist, but I don't always follow my own rules, because you know, rules are made to be bent and broken. Kids, do not take that to heart. If your parents tell you to do something, do it, unless it's really bad. I mean, you just gotta, you gotta go by the situation, you know. But for the most part, listen to your parents. If your parents give you rules, there's a reason for it. But as an adult, rules are meant to be broken, for the most part. Anyways, I'm just gonna slap this thing on. But if you're a perfectionist and you gotta make it just absolutely perfect, feel free to take measurements. I'm not, because I'm just going to tuck it up right against the back window rubber and line up with the edges. So simple as that. I might have to heat it up a little bit because it got warped a little bit during shipping, but it's soft urethane, I think, so it's not too surprising. Alright, so after you tap her down real good, get it nice and snug and tight. I mean, it's like on there once you get it on. You can kind of see, got a little bit of overhang on that little crevice right there. That's pretty much the way it's going to be on both sides. It's going to vary a little bit depending on how you actually lined it up and everything. But, I mean, it pretty much should just be like that. I didn't get it... In total honesty, I didn't get it totally perfect, but it might have to come back off to get painted, but I don't know. But I really, really wanted to get it on for this car show Saturday, which is this next coming Saturday, June 27th, anyways. So yeah, that's that. We're going to get some tape on it, because it does say in the instructions you're supposed to tape it down to keep tension on it for, oh, what was it? Like that. 24 to 48 hours. But this is on glass, so I don't know if it's going to be the same way for paint. Either way, we're just going to, you know, be careful with it, and, you know, I mean, you can't be too careful. So we'll just do that, throw some tape on it. The car is sitting here in the garage anyways. I got the big wide masking tape, so we'll slap that on, keep her held down nice and tight, although I don't think that's going to be an issue on paint. Time for some tape. And that's that. Claire is race car now. Anyways, yeah, it's all taped, and we'll probably take that off in, well, 24 to 48 hours. But it actually probably won't take that long because it's California, it's summertime, and even the garage does get significantly warm throughout the day. So, and, you know, heat kind of helps cure things. So it probably doesn't need to be that long, but we will find out, we will see. Let's get on to the unboxing. And now it's time for the unboxing portion of this video, or should I say just unpackaging in this nondescript package that's definitely not from a certain retailer. Anyways, it's time for the unboxing portion of this video because I'm a basic YouTube bro. Yay! Anywho, I'm just probably going to end up having to use a pick on some of this stuff. I believe this is the LEDs for the 2020 headlights. I kind of decided to not check and leave it as a surprise because I guess that's what you do in unboxing videos, I think. I don't know because I don't bother to watch them. But anyways, here we go. I don't need the pick. I might need the pick. It's like Christmas morning. What do we got? What do we got? Okay, yeah. So I got these. Don't laugh. They got the best reviews, and they weren't $120 for the dang pair of LEDs. Actually, I was gonna get the $120 pair of the LEDs, but the reviews were actually really bad on them. Well, not bad. Most of the reviews generally said they don't work any better or worse than the like $20 LEDs. So that's what we got. We got LED tops, DRL running lights. They are switchback. They should be. They are switchback, which means they basically, when you turn on the turn signal, as long as you have it wired up, which of course these will be, as long as they're wired up, it'll basically be sequential. So it'll like move around the thing from end to end, which would be pretty cool. That's actually the idea that we're going for. This has me a little bit concerned. You can't read that because I'm using my forward-facing camera, and so it's reversed. But it says angle eyes, not angel eyes. I don't know if they were going for angel eyes or if they were going for angle eyes. It's a little bit concerning. But it says made in China, so it's got to be good, right? I don't know. But there was like 450 reviews, and they were pretty good. And now I'm using the pick. As you can see, I'm using the pick. It's a good effect. Let's check these bad boys out. Oh, I did buy 2 of them. I wasn't sure about the width, and I figure, well, a worst case scenario, I can just double them up and wire them up to the same circuit. That way I can have the width that I came up with in the design. I think they're 1 inch wide, so it should be fine. I think. I hope. Ah, there we go. We got a bunch of wires. They're actually not bad. They're kind of thin, but this being LEDs, you're not going to really be carrying a lot of amperage through the wiring. But I mean, they look pretty sturdy. I mean, I've personally done better wiring ends myself, but I'm a professional mechanic as my day job, so I guess it's not too surprising. They are fairly thick. My finger gives no representation because you don't know how wide my fingers are. But it's about the width of my index finger, which I think will be good. Actually, I'm going to grab a headlight real quick. Ta-da! There we go, we got a headlight. Hopefully you can hear my really cool ta-da in that. Yes, there's a hole drilled in it. These are junk. Well, they're not junk. They're my old headlights from before the car was in an accident that we need not talk about currently. Over a year ago. Anyway, so I just drilled those for the first design that I had for the headlights. That's actually in my design. You can see I mocked it all up. So since these were junk anyways, I just kind of took the drill and the Dremel to them so I could mount that trim piece in them. But these should be fairly flexible. They don't flex side to side. That's a problem. So this is actually useless. But so I'll probably have to double them up a little bit. Not a big deal. It showed in the thing that they flex side to side. We'll figure it out. Riley Auto Works, we figure things out. That's what you gotta do sometimes. I may end up getting different LEDs. We'll see what ends up happening. I'll just mess with it, and who knows. So, anyways, I'm not gonna bother to unbox the other one because it's just the same thing. I don't think you guys need to see the same thing twice. But that's that. And that's that. We got the spoiler on, all taped up. Waiting on that. That'll, again, 24 to 48 hours. I don't know how many times I'm going to say 24 to 48 hours, but it's 24 to 28 hours. 24 to 48 hours. In case you didn't know, I guess I don't even know. Again, I'm thinking it'll probably just be 24 hours because the heat and all that. And we have successfully unboxed the Angle Eyes. I've got no idea on those. I'm a little bit nervous on those things, but we'll find out. But hey, that's what testing is for. I said I'm not going to be releasing the headlights until after about a month or so of testing, so we'll find out if they end up having problems, and then I might end up switching to a different brand. We'll just have to wait and see how they install and all that. But anyways, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.